From the State House in Trenton, New Jersey, this is Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Jill Horner, and with me is New Jersey State Assemblyman Upendra Chivukula. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jill.
We've talked about it before, but when it comes to renewable energy in New Jersey, there's a goal, and that goal is to be at 22.5% renewables by 2020, and we're quickly approaching that deadline. But how far has New Jersey come?
We were doing very well, and under this administration we have to slow down a little bit because we need about 22.5% by 2020. And solar, we did the solar renewable energy certificates, and that really jump-started the solar industry, and we are on target to make about 5% by 2020. And offshore wind, we passed a legislation to create offshore wind energy, renewable energy certificates, and that is depending on the federal permitting process. I think we should be able to get to 5%. So that's about 10%, less than half of 22.5%. The question is, where do we get from the rest of that? And so I have a legislation, Assembly Bill 1384, where trying to create alternative energy credits. This is a new idea in that, for example, under the Deregulation Act, EDECA, we did not consider solar, thermal, geothermal, anything that produces thermal energy. And in this legislation, we are going to give credits for thermal energy for the British thermal units, and so much is going to get a REC, renewable energy certificate. And so that will encourage solar, thermal, geothermal. We're also looking at biomass and how we can make use of the new technologies for making use of the municipal solid waste, trying to take the biomass out of there and creating anaerobic digestion and other technologies that are coming down the road.
Who could apply for these credits? Would these be for individuals, or would these be for larger scale enterprises?
These renewable energy certificates are traded in the market, just like a stock is traded. Any company that is doing that, and individuals, it will be very difficult unless you have a huge mansion and you are producing a lot of energy. I think it's going to be difficult. But a lot of the companies, whether they are recycling companies, the companies that are making use of scrap metal, trying to produce the thing, and they can take advantage of that. And also working with the utilities and who will buy on behalf of the energy producing companies like PSEG and Exelon, companies like that, they will buy that's what the law requires, the energy producing companies to buy this renewable energy certificate, so that way we can reach that goal of 22.5% by 2020.
Now, you mentioned the use of other technologies beyond wind and solar, geothermal, biomass, solar thermal. Talk to us about these technologies. Why are they critical, and how do they fit into this overall portfolio?
Now, for example, if you take the scrap metal and then or some other material that you burn it at 3,000 degrees, is called a pyrolysis. That's a new technology, and you can not only the heat that is produced can be used to generate steam, and that in turn can be used for heating purposes and all that, and we also can generate electricity. Also, you have combined heat power plants, and then that is another way, because recently we found that we have 150 years supply of natural gas and shale gas, and that is going to make the United States and New Jersey self-dependent, because we spend about $1 billion sending overseas every day to get the foreign oil, and we need to figure out a way to make use of internal resources.
And we just have a short time left, but what about the costs of these technologies? Are any of them cost prohibitive when it comes to meeting these standards for the portfolio?
Well, I think any time you start a new industry, whether it's a nuclear plant, whether it's a coal plant or a natural gas plant, requires subsidies. And so this new technology requires subsidies and to jumpstart them.
All right, thanks for being with us.
Welcome.
We've been talking with New Jersey State Assemblyman Upendra Chivukula. I'm Jill Horner.